Hello everyone, it's Shelly Brown. I am back with more Willa and the Whale, Chapter 2. In Japan, Willa Twitchell, journal number 2, 3 years ago. Today I saw French angelfish at the aquarium in Seattle with my mom. They aren't in the ocean in Washington, more like Florida or the Bahamas. Yeah, they like it hot. They're beautiful. I love their colors and stripes. They even get married. Well, in a fish kind of way. They don't go on fish dates or anything, but they defend their little spot in the ocean together and eat together. So cute. I've been thinking about them a lot since my parents said they were getting a divorce. I don't get it. They definitely used to love each other, more than angelfish do. I don't know what happened. Hashtag, I hate divorce. Hashtag, I can hashtag my journal if I want. My mom and dad got a divorce 3 years ago. To me, divorce was worse than diving in the water during a shark feeding frenzy. Why couldn't my parents just love each other forever like in the movies? And if divorce wasn't enough, Mom took a job at the Miyazaki Marine Biological Station in Tokyo, almost 5,000 miles of ocean away. She was the world expert in feather stars, or crinoids, as the scientists call them. They're beautiful creatures that look like small, colorful ferns. And even though they look like plants, they really are animals, with mouths and everything. You should watch a video of one swimming. They are seriously mesmerizing. The largest ones can reach up to 3 feet tall, but in fossil form, they have been found up to 130 feet long. That's a huge difference. And Misaki paid my mom to study why feather stars don't grow that big now. My parents gave me the choice. Live with Mom or with Dad. Who wants to make a terrible choice like that? Like choosing between ice cream or brownies, or whale watching or tide pools. But an octomillion times worse. I was sick for days trying to make the decision. Like in my bed with a stomachache sick. Especially because they were going to live so far away from each other. It wasn't like I'd be able to visit whoever I wasn't living with on the weekends. But I had to make a choice. I chose Mom and Japan. Ugh, I still get stressed thinking about that decision. I lived in Japan for the last 3 years, eating all their different foods, seeing their cool sights, like the Tokyo Sky Tree or Sea Disney. It's like Disneyland, but with a nautical theme. Seriously, one of the best ideas in the world. And I loved the blue whale statue outside of the Museum of Nature and Science. I really want to see a blue whale one day. They're one of the only whales that swim near both Washington and Japan, and I still haven't seen one. I didn't learn as much Japanese as you'd think. I went to an American school and had friends who spoke English. A lot of them were from other parts of the world, like Ayan from India and Guy from England. I spent some time hanging around Mom's work, and when she would go on a research trip, I either got to go with her or I was watched by Chihiro, a teacher at my school who was barely out of college. She was nice. I really missed my dad while I was an ocean away. I even missed his magic tricks, but I didn't get to visit him at all. Scientists don't get paid a ton, and buying a plane ticket back to the U.S. was pricey. Plus, I wasn't a humpback whale that could migrate thousands of miles. I would have if I could. Instead of visiting, I chatted with my dad every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for an hour on video call. We tried to talk about life, but Dad and I have never had much in common. So he learned a few new magic tricks to show me. That was fun for a while, but that fizzled over time too. Pretty soon it was just Monday and Friday. Then Dad met someone, and we only talked on Mondays. Her name was Masha, like Marsha, but without the R. And she seemed okay. I talked with her a few times on Monday chat. I mean, she wasn't nearly as cool as my mom, but she was nice enough. I didn't go to the wedding. I was invited, and Dad even offered to fly me out, but I didn't want to be there. It was like Dad was replacing my mom, and everyone was going to be happy about it, so I just said it was too expensive. A year and a half later, the worst thing happened. The very worst. I used to think the worst thing that could happen would be being trapped in the Marina Trench with a zombie worm. They're terrifying. They love to eat bones. You'd think brains like a normal zombie, but nope, bones. Gross, I know. Okay, they usually only eat bones from fish and whales that are already dead, but it's still creepy. This was so much worse than being trapped with zombie worms. A quintillion times worse. I was in geography class when Mr. Yamamoto checked me out of school. He was a nice old man that worked with my mom, with silver hair and long cheeks, but it was really strange that he checked me out of school. He said we had to hurry to the hospital because my mom had problems with her heart. I knew she took some meds for her heart, but it wasn't anything major. At least, it hadn't been. Inside Mr. Yamamoto's little blue car on the way to the hospital, it felt like something major. It was like all the air around me was thick and serious. Like a giant tsunami wave 10 stories tall was about to crash onto me, and there was nowhere to hide. By the time we arrived, climbed the hospital steps, and hurried down the hall to room 213, my mother had already passed away. Gone. The tsunami hit me, and it destroyed everything. That's a day I don't think I'll ever stop thinking about. I stared at my mom in her hospital bed. She looked like a shell of who she had been, like I was only looking at the sloughed-off exoskeleton. I still have nightmares about it. And she left me in Japan, alone.